Good morning, students. I welcome you all for the English class today. And in today's session, we are going to see one of the important topics, that is question tag or tag questions. See, what is a tag? A tag is a small piece added to something. So here question tag is a tail question added at the end of the sentence followed by a comma. That is what we call it as tag question. See, why tag question is used in your syllabus or in English as one of the topics? Because, see, it is used for seeking confirmation or to declare the agreement with the speaker. See, when you are speaking in a conversation, you are inviting the speaker's attention and you are making a tag question. That is why it is only a tail form that is added at the end of the sentence. Let me enter into the session in detail. See, when you are asking questions like this, do you love music? It becomes a yes or no question. Okay. But here in the tail form of that is a question tag or tag question. See, you are not supposed to ask the question like this. It should be in an affirmative sentence. You love music, comma, followed by a comma. Then you have to make a question tag. The question tag should be begin with a small letter. Do you question mark? Don't you question mark? See, you are framing the tail questions or question tag like this with the auxiliary verb followed by the subject as a pronoun and ended with the question mark. And the sentence should be ended with a comma. Then you have to start writing the question tag. So it can be in a positive tag or in a negative tag, that is according to the given sentence. So what is the sentence here? You love music. It is an affirmative sentence. It is an affirmative sentence. That is positive sentence. For positive sentence, you have to make a negative tag. So, what is the verb here? Verb is love. See, love can be split like this, do plus love. Okay, so you have to take this auxiliary verb and make a negative tag because the given sentence is a positive sentence or an affirmative sentence. So you have to add the negative tag, that is don't, then you write the subject. Then it becomes don't you. And NOT should be written in the contracted form, that is short form. You are not supposed to write the full form of NOT, instead you have to write in a short form. So the question tag for the given sentence is you love music. That means this is the question tag for this sentence. Suppose if the sentence given is you don't like music, it should be followed by a comma. Then the question tag should be a positive tag. That is, do you. So what is the first rule you are going to follow? The first rule you are going to follow is, if it is an affirmative sentence, then make a negative tag. If it is a negative statement, then make a positive tag. This is rule number 1. Okay, why do you use it in a conversation? See, it is not used in formal, English. It is used only in the informal conversation. See, you are seeking the confirmation of the speaker by asking the question, do you or don't you? That means you are making confirmation with the speaker whether what they said is correct or not. Otherwise, sometimes you are inviting the attention of the speaker. That is why it is introduced in the syllabus as tag question or question tag. Okay. The second one is, suppose if the noun form is given, like name of the person or place or things, you are not supposed to write the name in the question tag. What you have to do is, you have to convert into a pronoun according to the gender or the place or the things, then you have to make a question tag. That is rule number 2. For example, Ram is a doctor. See, in the sentence, Ram, I mean noun, naming word is given, but when you are making the question tag, you have to write isn't he. Because you are not supposed to write as isn't Ram, you have to write as isn't he. So the pronoun should be written in the question tag. And what is the auxiliary verb here? Is. So you are writing the auxiliary verb is, and the contracted form of not negative word, then you are writing the pronoun and ending with the question mark. See, the auxiliary verb So the auxiliary verb or the modal verb given in a sentence can be used for framing a question tag. Suppose if you don't see here in this sentence, you have the auxiliary verb. Suppose if you don't have the auxiliary verb in this given sentence, if it is a main verb, see what you have to do is, you have to split the main verb with an auxiliary verb, then you have to frame the question tag. For example, like can be written as do plus like, and likes can be written as does plus like. Suppose if it is in the past form, liked, then you can write as did plus like. So you are splitting the verb, main verb, and you are making this format. Then you have to avoid the auxiliary verb as per the splitter. Then you have to frame the question tag for affirmative, negative, for a negative statement, positive tag. So this is rule number 3. Okay, next we will go with the points to remember. See, when you are framing a question tag or a tag question, what are the points you have to remember in your mind at the time of framing a tag question? So, what are the points you have to remember? The first point is, suppose if the sentence starts with this or that, it is considered to be singular. It is considered to be singular. And what is the pronoun you have to use here? The pronoun it should be used for this type of sentence that begins with this or that. For example, this or that is a fire room. This or that is a fire room. Suppose if the sentence is given like this, then you have to take this auxiliary verb, and since it is an affirmative sentence, you have to add N apostrophe T, and then you have to write the pronoun it. Why we are using it? It for this or that singular, and the pronoun used should be it. Suppose in the place of this or that, you have these or those. If you have these or those, then it is considered to be plural. And what is the pronoun you have to use here? The pronoun you have to use is they. They pronoun should be used for making the question tag. For example, these are those boys are good. Okay, so you are to consider the, plural form of these are those, and what is the auxiliary verb here? Are. Then you have to frame the question tag as aren't they? Aren't they? Since these are those are considered to be plural. So this is the first point you have to remember when you are framing a question tag. The next point you have to remember when you are framing the question tag is, if you find, this is the next point, if you find used to in a sentence, see always used to is a semi-modal verb, and what is the meaning, what is the meaning of using this used to is for past habits, or past habits, or otherwise discontinued habits. So used to is used for past habits or discontinued habits. Once you have followed that, but at present you are not following that. So in such cases, he used to smoke. That means once he was smoking, but nowadays he stopped smoking. That means it becomes a past activity. So for this, you have to add the past form of the verb, that is past form of do verb, that is did. Okay, so you should not get confused. There is no, auxiliary verb or main verb or modal verb. So you have to understand that it is a past habit. So you have to use the past form of do form, that is did. So what is the question tag? Didn't he? Didn't he? Again, I repeat, the question tag should begin with a small letter, and there should be an auxiliary verb or a modal verb, and it should be followed by the pronoun and ends with the question mark. So used to is referring to the past activities, so you are using the past form of the verb and you are ending with the pronoun and the question mark. And the next one, had better or better. Suppose if you find these words in a sentence, then what you have to do? That means you had better stay at home. So the sentence given is you had better stay at home. That means you are suggesting somebody to stay at home since he or she was sick. So this is a suggestion you are giving. So what you have to do is had int you. Had you have to use, and the negative form of the contradiction, that is n apostrophe t, and the pronoun is you. So if you find had better or better in a sentence, then you have to write hadn't plus pronoun what is given in the sentence. This is one of the points you have to have it in your mind. Okay, the next point you have to remember is usage of these three. The first one is would rather. The second one is if it is a command or request. And the third one is if you are giving an invitation for somebody to do that, or if you are offering something for somebody to do that. Then what are the rules you have to follow? You have to have in your mind is, see, would rather is used for preference. Preference. That is, if there is any choice. If there is any choice. For example, I would rather prefer coffee than tea, or to tea. I would rather prefer coffee to tea. Okay. And in this sentence, what is the question tag you have to make us? So in such type of preference sentences, if there is any choice to be followed, then you have to use this word and you make a question tag, that is, wouldn't I? Wouldn't I, since it is affirmative sentence, we are making a negative question tag with the pronoun I. Okay. Then coming to the next one, that is command or request. That is command or request, open the window. Open the window. It is a command. So here what you have to do is, you have to use the question format like this. Even there is no, subject in this sentence because it is an imperative sentence. In imperative sentence, the subject will be hidden. This we have seen in almost all the grammar topics. In an imperative sentence, sometimes the subject will be hidden. So what you have to do in such cases, you have to write as will you. Okay, for making a confirmation, for seeking a confirmation for this, command, you have to write the question tag as will you. You will be hidden here. So you are introducing in the question tag as will you. Suppose if it is a request, that is, please open the window. It is a request. So what you have to do is in the same way, will you, or you can also write as won't you. Here also, won't you. So this is for command or request. So the third part of the same, category, if it is an invitation or an offer, so what you have to do? For example, walk in. Walk in is you are inviting somebody. Okay, then take this. That means you are offering something. So for this walk-in invitation, take this or try this offer, you have to write the question tag as only one option, that is won't you. See, here you are not supposed to write as will you. Okay, you are inviting somebody for doing something, then you have to give the form as won't you, and for offering also won't you, not will you. Okay, will you or won't you only for command or request. This is only for a command or a request. Sometimes if it is given as a choice, preference, then you have to use the word would. Okay. Okay, the next point is, when you are making proposals or suggestions using let. Proposals or suggestions using let. So when you find a sentence begin with let, then the question tag for the sentence is shall we. Okay, let us do this. Then you have to frame the question tag as shall we. Let us advise the youngsters. That means here also you have to make the question tag shall we. So this is for proposals or suggestions using for a sentence that begins with let. So the next point is, see, if you find everyone in a sentence that is common in gender, you are not defining any gender, the gender is common here, and it is said to be in singular, indefinite. So you are using the pronoun they. They pronoun should be used. Okay. If you find everyone in a sentence, it is common in gender and it is singular indefinite. So what is the pronoun you have to use for your question tag is they. For example, everyone was satisfied. Suppose if the sentence is given like this, that means you have to make the question tag as weren't they. See why we are using here were and was is here. See, this was speaks for everyone. Okay. And here were is in plural form, past tense plural form of the verb that speaks for the pronoun they. Because as per the rule, we are going to use the pronoun they. So when it is given in the sentence, it is singular form. When it comes to the question tag, it becomes plural in form because it is denoting the pronoun they. They is in plural. Okay. Next, if you find one in a sentence, then it is also a singular, indefinite, but the pronoun you have to use here is he or she. Okay, not they. Here you have to use he or she pronoun for the sentence that is starting with one. One has to pay for the justice. So the sentence begins with one. Okay, here the verb given here is has. So you have to make the question tag like this. And what is the pronoun you are using here instead of one? You are using the pronoun he or she. You can use he, otherwise she. So this is one of the points you have to remember in your mind when you are framing question tag. Everyone, they. One, he or she. Okay, the next point you have to remember the tag to be framed for must. See, if you find the semi-modal must in a modal auxiliary must in a sentence, so what you have to do is, he must obey the rules. So in such case, what you have to do is, there is an option that is mustn't he, or you can also write as shouldn't he. So if you are finding the auxiliary verb that is, modal auxiliary verb must in a sentence, then you can take an option with the mustn't or shouldn't. Both are correct. Okay. So this is the next point you have to keep in your mind. The next, modal verb that we are going to look into is need. If you find the word need in a sentence, you can make with the same word for the tag question. He needs to practice. He needs to practice. Here you can write needn't he. He need not practice. He need not practice. Then you can write need he. So these are the question tag you are going to frame for the word need. Okay, the next one you are going to look into is the usage of someone or somebody. See, when you are finding these two words in a sentence, then you can write someone as singular, that is one, and somebody as few. Someone as one and somebody as few. Okay, so if you find these words in a sentence, then what is the question tag you have to frame? Someone has come, somebody have called you. That means what you have to write is, here you have to write hasn't, he or she. Why? Because it is singular. It denotes more than one person. So what you have to write is haven't they. That is for plural. So if you are finding someone or somebody, it speaks for one or few. Suppose if it is given like this, then it denotes only one person, so you are writing the pronoun as he or she. Suppose if somebody is considered to be plural, then you have to write the plural form of the pronoun, that is they. Then the next point is expression of urgency. See, if you are finding any sentence with an urgency, expression of urgency, then you are supposed to write the question tag won't. For example, give me some water. Give me water. That means if you feel thirsty or if you feel giddy, then you will ask somebody for favoring with water. Then here what you have to write the question tag is won't you. Won't you. So this is the format you are going to use for expression of urgency. This is considered to be the important notification because we often confuse with this. That is with a few and a little. Say a little water is in the pot. A few boys are playing. This a few and a little is considered to be the affirmative words. Affirmative words in a sentence. That means it speaks for positive. So what you have to do is you have to make a negative tag for this. Negative tag for this. So what is the auxiliary verb here? Is. So you are making the question tag as isn't it. See here the few boys are playing. For this you have to write as aren't they. Aren't they. See it should be used for things. It should be used for things. We are not using their pronoun in a question tag. Okay, we use it for things. That is why it is said a little water. That means isn't it. Okay. Okay, the next point you have to remember is, suppose if you find the words none, nothing, nowhere, then seldom, rarely, scarcely, in the sentence, these words are considered to be negative words. So what you have to do is you have to make a positive tag. For example, he rarely comes. Okay, as I told you before, this comes is a main verb, so you have to make a split up like this. Does plus come, and you find rarely as a negative word. So you have to make a positive tag for this. That is does, he. So if you find the words none, nothing, nowhere, seldom, rarely, scarcely, they are all negative words. They speak for negative sense. So you have to make a positive tag. The last point you have to remember is that is have, has. See, have, has also is a auxiliary verb at the same time, that is they are used for possession. For example, they have a plot. So in this sentence, this have is speaking for possession. Then you have to make the question tag like haven't they? Question mark. He has a car. He has a car. That means he possesses a car. He has a car on his own. For that also, you have to make the question tag hasn't he. Okay, so these are the 17 points you have to remember in your mind when you are framing question tag or questions. See, this question tag will be given for you. One is in 1 mark. They will give the sentence followed by a comma and a dash will be given. You have to fill in the blanks with the formation of questions. This is one option. The another option is the same question tag will be given in spot the errors. They will give you with mistakes. You have to correct it and make it perfectly. That is why we are following all these 17 points to keep in your mind to do it correctly, both in 1 marks as fill in the blanks or in spot the errors to correct the mistakes and rewrite it correctly. Okay, I hope you all understand. Thank you. Thank you so much.